Okay, today is Monday, and I just finished having the most fabulous lunch of all-you-can-eat sushi. So I'm really happy, and I'm thinking about giving everybody 100% in the next test just because I'm so happy. But then I thought about it again. I was like, nah, I can't do that. So the question we have today is, our warm-up question is -2 groups of x minus 3.5. Instead of saying two groups of x minus 3.5, we have to have -2 groups of that much. It's equivalent to or is equal to -12.2. So there are two methods we could solve it. The first one is called expansion using distributive property. And when we used distributive property earlier in the year with polynomials, when we have a monomial multiplied by a binomial, in this case the binomial is x minus 3.5, each term of the binomial must be multiplied by the monomial. So essentially, it's -2 times x, and it's -2 times -3.5, or not -2x, -2 times -3.5. And when we solve that using distributive property, we end up with this binomial of -2x plus 7, right, when we work that out, is equal to -12.2. Once we have that, we have an easy two-step algebraic equation. The only thing is the decimals in it. We're going to subtract 7 from both sides. -2x is equal to -19.2. And then once we have that, we're going to divide both sides by the coefficient. And x will equal 19.2 divided by 2 will 10, 5, 4.5, 9.5, 9.6, correct? Positive 9.6. That's your solution. Now, everybody in this room should have been able to do that because that is essentially a grade 8 question with a 12.2 instead of a whole number of 12. But the second method we learned how to do it is using division first. Division. I can't spell. And remember, if we had this question here, two groups of x plus 1, remember that's two groups of x plus 1. There's an x and a 1 and an x and a 1, which is equivalent to two groups of that. And I said if I divided it by 2, going back to grade 8, instead of having two groups of x plus 1, I'd have one group of x plus 1. Well, that same idea works here, except we're having negative groups. I have -2 groups of x minus 3.5. If I divide this side by -2, and I divide this side by -2, I should maintain equality. But instead of having -2 groups, I have one group of x minus 3.5 is equal to a positive 6.1. So by simply dividing both sides by the multiplier or the monomial that's being multiplying the polynomial, I end up with a simpler equation, in which case I can simply add 3.5 to both sides, and I get the solution of x equals 9.6. Remember that that's two ways you can solve a distributive property question. Any questions on that? We're good? Andrew, you good?